Garrett.
Wow.
That wasn't me.
What the
Thanks,
fuck is
thanks,
that?
Garrett.
Always hold on to it.
Thank you, Garrett.
We got the new
That
mic.
was me.
Garrett.
Oh, good one.
Way to start an educational program.
Sorry, guys.
The podcast is starting.
body.
I'm going into cool mode. If you got that on camera.
Wait.
I'm going into cool mode.
Oh.
Hold on.
Damn, you're probably all warm and shit. That's cool.
sick.
Fucking sick, dude.
Dude.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Sickest jacket, and I only just now on camera saw this one's ripping.
Dude, you look like Spider-Gwen.
you've
That's
been-
sick.
Yeah,
Whoa,
it was
fuck.
too cool. Too cool to live.
By cool, do you mean like it's cool out someone to do that, or it looks cool?
All of the fucking above.
Can you, hey, Emperor, can you put the hood up?
Yeah.
See, that's
Oh.
real.
And I'm afraid the shields will be quite operational when your friends arrive.
Do,
This is a dark cast.
do the spider
Yeah.
thing
Little
again.
scorpion.
That's the real Spider-Gwen right there. Here you go,
But are
Stacey.
they cartridges or is it power inherited by the
oh,
spider?
let's have that debate. Fucking never theme song.
doesn't-
Fucking
It's more
stupid.
It's
elegant.
organic.
It's
not
more elegant
real.
having it be inherent to the radioactive powers.
Not
No,
Having
it's
it be an invention.
He's with him. It's
Bafangu.
listen. It's fucking organic.
It's
He got bit, and it
fucking-
was a radioactive takeover of his senses.
not real.
It's just
Idiots.
It's just
stupid people.
well,
All right, that's settled.
it's settled.
I'm still
Welcome
on
to the
fence.
podcast. I'm in a different seat tonight because my microphone wants me dead.
Yeah.
We
Dude, all
tried so many different things with it, and it was imploding. So I said, Derek, stay home. I got this, and I took his seat.
It was all the Lady Gaga little monsters hacking your mic
Yeah.
after last week's DM attempt.
Yeah. So that's it. That's the end of that story. Not dealing with that anymore. Anyway, but welcome to the podcast. Hey, we got to talk about this. One of the biggest things announced in entertainment. They announced it a few days ago. I know I've talked about it probably a million times, but it's been announced coming worldwide in HD, the classic series. CKY is being put in HD.
Na na na.
Yeah.
na, na,
They announced
What?
Evangelion for Netflix this week.
Oh yeah.
That's
Nah,
cool.
nah.
But just an hour ago,
Sean's excited.
Joe Franz on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff
Yeah.
said, I'm getting all the original assets from the CKY videos
Yeah.
and putting them into HD.
You
To
can
me,
see
if you
shit.
talk about the Evangelion, Godfather in 4K, CKY,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
I
this,
mean,
is this
Kevin
gonna have
is
Bam's,
shaking
is this
behind
gonna
the
have
camera.
Bam's sex tape
And
Easter egg?
is that
I
gonna be
hope.
HD?
Is that coming?
Is that HD?
I hope.
You can see
Oh, Bam and Jen.
literal shit coming out of an ass
Hopefully.
in HD,
Yeah.
people.
Wow.
Whoa. That's exciting.
It's high art stuff, guys.
Just think in uncompressed DTS audio, you'll hear, I pissed on you because you put shit on my mouth.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Oh, it's gonna be to relive some of those classic moments in widescreen for the first time. I can't.
Well, I don't even know. Will it be widescreen? I don't know.
No, I guess.
They shot it on film,
Yeah.
so they can do it in very high resolution. But I don't know
shit.
about.
Will they? I hope they
widescreen.
do like limited screenings of that. That'd be fucking awesome.
Whoa.
Do you remember how incredible the Jackass like premieres were? Like seeing it in
Yeah.
theaters.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
so much fun.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I'd be there.
Dangerous sometimes.
Yeah, we went to the the Jackass 2 premiere when someone threw a bottle into the audience right at the end.
During the credits.
Fun night the entire night, and then all of a sudden, and some girl just got smashed.
Like a
It was
40,
cool.
like a empty
You know,
40
Thanks
bottle.
for that. Thank
those
you.
were different kinds of movie experiences because it was like you were all going to laugh together, but it wasn't like a comedy where it's like, oh, this is a funny scene. It's just like you're laughing throughout the whole entire thing, and the crowd is like, oh shit. Oh, and they're yelling at the screen, but you don't really care
Yeah.
because it's like this.
No,
doesn't
that
matter.
movie you don't care.
No,
It was cool.
and it was like so much fun. I feel like I had the Jackass movies, and then honestly, when I saw Bruno,
Yeah.
Yeah.
everyone was
Yeah.
just like along for
Well-
the ride, yelling and stuff, having fun.
Now I'll add to that in just the discussion about audience participation and reaction to films.
Sure.
Yeah.
There is a fine distinction, and I realized this after game days. There's, because there's been times we've all gone to a big screening of something at game days too, inside Disneyland or whatever. And I realized what it is. It's, it's not. Here's the thing: is when you're watching something in a theater, I don't think it's bad to have noise if it's reaction or response. Yeah. What sucks is when people yell shit. Like, here's a funny joke. Hey, do this. That is like, man, shut up. But when it is genuine response and excitement to what's happening, that's exciting.
Yeah.
It can get ridiculous. I was at the world premiere of Transformers.
Wow.
And everyone cheered standing ovation for every transformation. And it was like, I gotta leave. I can't be here. So there are limits. But I was at a packed house for like when Return of the King came out. And nobody was talking or anything, but man, when like Legolas took down that elephant thing using just the bow, people were like, "Oh!" That was like one of the funnest things ever. Because
everyone's along for the ride and having a great time.
No one was trying to make noise. They were just blown away.
If you do talk, like I've even heard like in a scary movie goes, "Oh no," or whatever.
It's reaction.
That to me is like, you're allowed to say that.
Yeah.
But when I had the guy during some movies started quoting 300, he stood up and goes, "Gentlemen, let's show them who we are fighting," or who they, whatever.
Yeah, shut
and then
up.
someone, shut the fuck up. And I sat down. But that guy was trying to. He's not the show.
No, exactly. Yeah. It's all about excitement versus upstaging.
Right.
And that's an important thing. So anyway,
I would make the distinction like if you could keep it to noises and not words, you're in the clear.
Yeah. But I say some words are okay.
Yeah. It's a word.
Fuck sometimes as a reaction.
Yeah. Fuck is a word.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
But if you're talking favorite reactions, like I said, that Return of the King showing I was at was really exciting. But I was also a big fan of when Gone Girl ended, and you just heard every man go. So that was
I was just listening to
very
that
fun
fucking
situation.
Trent Reznor track. I was like, yeah.
Inception. The whole crowd was like, "Oh!"
Yeah, everyone was like, "Oh!" Yeah, that was great. That was great.
That was great.
I just saw, what I didn't realize until like a day ago. I just saw the movie Patriots Day, which is
With Mark
Wahlberg. Yeah, it's about the Boston bombing.
Right.
And I didn't know Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross can't talk, scored that.
Oh, I didn't either.
I didn't know either. And then it ended, and I was like, what?
They also did mid-90s for like some tracks.
Oh, I didn't realize
I heard
that.
that. Yeah, I still have to see that too. There's so much out.
Speaking of crowd reactions, I just saw the house that Jack built, which was speaking of most famous crowd reactions at the Cannes Film Festival. This is Lars von Trier's like 2.5-hour serial killer movie.
I can't wait to see this.
When it played at Cannes, it had over 100 walkouts. When it played in San Diego, just 3 walkouts.
Only 3?
No, it was an older gentleman and then 2 guys later on. It's fun. Half of Lars von Trier's movies are very avant-garde, like Antichrist. Like, okay, this is more like on the lines of American Psycho, like pitch black dark comedy. I really liked it. It's really good. It's gonna be out again in December, like rated R. But for one night only, it's screened uncut. And
I read an article about that they're in hot water about that.
Yeah.
Because they violated some MPAA rules where they showed it uncut. They showed it unrated, and then they're like, yeah, no, but it'll be rated later. And I guess there was some issue where MPAA was like, you can't do that. Like, you can't just you can't just show whatever cut you want and then go, nah, and then I don't know what the deal is.
Some rule is it's too close to the actual release date.
Yeah.
They didn't get something approved. But also, we're at the point now, like, who cares about the MPAA?
Yeah,
that's such old school shit that it doesn't matter.
Put that shit
really
online, baby.
Is a old dead thing.
Like, no one goes on Netflix like, this is rated R. Did your parents say yes?
And that's the thing is, like, now that I have kids, I'm the judge. Those movies PG-13. Yeah, my kids wouldn't like this. It's rated R. Yeah, they can handle it.
Yeah.
Fuck off, MPAA. What do you know?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a good guideline, but not like something
to impose actual rules and
movies should be beholden to.
Yeah,
like,
you can't do that. We're the movie law. No?
Yeah,
are you? Is that what that is? The movie law? Like,
and it's because of them that cable started surpassing movies.
Yep.
Right.
Because cable doesn't fall under that, so it's like,
HBO,
Game of Thrones. Look at the shit we're doing.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is
like you said, it serves a purpose for you got to have guidelines for G and PG, so a mom can just take her kids to the theater.
Safe,
again, good guidelines.
But for an art house like super weird,
who cares?
Lars von Trier thing, he can release as many cuts as he wants. He's an artist.
An auteur.
Are there certain movies you forget that they're rated R or something?
The Matrix.
And you know it's got a lot of death by gunshot, and that's really it. That's it.
Yeah, but then you find out first of all, it's not bloody at all.
Yeah,
some of it is.
It is.
Yeah, Neo when he gets gunned down at the end.
He's bloody. But that lobby scene.
No, that's not bloody.
And that's a lot. But you learn after that. It's like, well, these people, they're real, but if they're not dying, it's not what we thought it was.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a little different.
But a lot of movies will get R because they say fuck twice. Yeah. And the big one was 8th Grade was rated R or something like that because they talk like teenagers saying they say fuck talking about sex and it was rated R. And Bo Burnham's like, this is made for junior high kids.
Yeah. He had to they had to talk about that.
Yeah.
Well, for me, and I just watched it the other day. For me, every year it's Love Actually. I always go time to watch a Christmas movie. Oh, they're naked. Yeah, simulated blowjob. Yeah, this is not. Yeah, I forgot this is.
I like that scene.
Movie.
I remember that scene.
It's an R-rated film.
Oh, you really like that one, huh?
It was on cable while I was at my family's house, and I didn't realize they shot alternate scenes for that movie.
Interesting.
Did you know that, Brian?
No.
Because I know Brian loves that movie.
They did?
They did, and so I watched it on cable. There's a scene where Hugh Grant is the new prime minister and meets this girl who works at not the White House, whatever the fuck they have.
What?
Turn Down Extreme.
10?
Big Ben?
Turn down for what?
Ted Downing Street?
Ted Downing Street.
Ted Danson Street?
Why don't they
Ted
just have
Street.
Why don't they just have a White House?
Yeah.
They got
easy.
Parliament.
It'd be so much easier.
Yeah,
or do
British
like a
White
Blue
House.
House.
It's a Parliament thing.
It's like Cheers, right? Ted Danson Street?
Yeah.
But the
Danson
Queen
Street.
lives in a castle, but your prime minister gets a lame.
A bar?
Well, anyway,
it's
so
a
he meets her
townhouse?
there in the original movie. The girl goes like, "Oh shit, hi. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to curse in front of you. I knew I was gonna fuck it up. Fuck." Like she just keeps cursing in front of the prime minister. And in this one, she goes, "Oh hi," and she kisses him on the cheek, and then goes, "Oh, sorry, I don't know why I did that. I shouldn't have done that. Why? I do that to my friends. I don't even know you." And then he walked away. I was like, that was a whole different scene.
That's totally different.
That was crazy. And there were scenes like that when he writes, "We have small peckers" or whatever that he writes. He puts, "We have little brains." And I was like, they actually reshot parts of it.
That part's, I mean, that makes sense, but like the other part like really sets up the tension between like the two characters of being like awkward in their new roles. Like, so her kissing him on the cheek like does that, but it's like, no, they're just both.
They should have just bleeped it.
Yeah. Or
Boop. Oh, sorry.
Exactly.
Would have worked.
I feel like that would have worked. But no, I didn't know they had completely shot a different scene for that at all.
Yeah, it's rare that you see that. But anyway, but I always forget that's an R-rated movie. The what's his name? Hobbit. What's the fucking guy?
Peter Jackson?
Martin Freeman. His character is just not in the movie. That relationship is just eliminated entirely.
For time, they just got rid of his
because
storylines.
it was all nudity, and they were just like easier to just.
I haven't seen this movie.
That was the cutest couple. They met on
You never saw Love Actually?
No.
Great Christmas movie.
Good Christmas movie. It is.
There's some things that haven't aged well. There's some things in it that haven't aged well, but overall it's like. And what's funny is the dude. There's a young guy who's friends with this other couple, and it's the guy who ultimately would play Rick in The Walking Dead. But
really?
And that's what I know him from. So when I see him in The Walking Dead, I'm like, I can't believe this is that young British guy. Because now he talks like this. And you can live with us or you could choose death. And he's in that movie. It's just, well, there's the footage. Would you like? I filmed the wedding for you. There you are. And it's just like, what are we doing?
He's a bit measly.
What is this? So it's weird.
Going back to the original, the big cluster. We talked CKY. I'm excited, but please, Rocco, the pariah of anime and thought. What is Evangelion's coming
of
to Netflix.
anime and thought?
I'm glad both. Let's break into it.
What order should I watch it in?
That's fine.
So everyone, when Evangelion comes out on Netflix, you gotta go backwards.
Here's how
I'm not talking episodes in reverse. I'm talking all in reverse.
Yeah.
You hear devil stuff.
3.33 start at the end credits. Roll it backwards.
Yeah.
Isn't there actually one backwards thing in the second movie in Rebuild, like 2.22 or whatever? I think there actually is when he is in the cockpit at one point. If you play it backwards, you hear a voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they probably did that because they heard people say shit like that.
Oh
all
yeah,
the time.
just
like,
fuck with the audience.
Like it's a Sabbath record.
So so the actual story is Evangelion's finally coming out in HD on Netflix, including End of Ava. I don't know if they confirmed the rebuilds yet or anything like that.
No, rebuilds are not a part of this deal.
But like the whole thing is this show's been out of print forever, and this is now finally legally obtainable.
Thank God.
So.
Yeah, which is huge. And not only will it finally be legally attainable, but it's in the biggest possible arena. Like, like you can't get more mainstream than that, you know? And it's going to be really interesting. It comes out spring, and I can't wait to see how that goes with the general public.
Yeah.
I said this in a video that I put up on my personal channel, but I'm so excited for people to see the ending of it. A whole new generation who's heard forever how great the show is, and they're not even fucking ready for how it ends. I'm so excited for that.
Well, like, it hit pretty mainstream by going to Adult Swim for a period.
But
did
they
it
even
ever
air the
finish?
Did they air the whole thing?
That was what my question was. Did they get to the movies?
No.
Did they end? I can't imagine they aired End of Ava ever.
Yeah. I don't
so
know.
you just get the last.
No, they didn't air the movie.
I don't even know if they got to the ending of the episodes. Like,
I don't know if
they
they
would
did.
always repeat stuff, like play the first 6 and then start over again and play the first 6 to 13, and then
I don't know where they went with that, but man, I'm so excited for that to be out there and available. And I was saying, like, in the time that we've talked about it on the podcast, it hasn't been available. I guess someone did point out that they did the box set like in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
They did reprint it a couple times up until like 2010 or 11. So even though the company that owned it was pretty much defunct, it did get reprints until then. But that's still 8 years.
Yeah.
It hasn't been, really commercially available in a way that was accessible. And so having it in this place, and I was wondering when I heard that, I was like, well, who owns it now? Like, the company that owned it before isn't around. End of Ava was owned by Manga Entertainment, and they're not doing much. And
Funimation owns like the rebuilds.
Yeah, so who owns what? Who licensed it to Netflix? Well, from what I understand, nobody did. Netflix bought the show.
What?
Worldwide distribution rights.
Wow.
Netflix owns this shit, I believe.
for a period of time, or just
No, they own it. That's
Now.
just part of the
I
thing.
think
Yeah,
that's
they own
it.
Yeah.
wow.
So,
God, make some fucking Netflix branded Blu-rays, because I would like to.
Yeah,
They have
but in
Netflix
all
Blu-rays.
honesty,
Why not?
In all honesty, they've done because that was the initial thought is, well, we're not getting a Blu-ray box set, but they did it for Stranger Things.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And
Do
they've
it.
done other anime series that they've done this with.
Yeah.
I think they have even had Funimation make the box set. Yeah, I think
Oh.
they've done
Yeah.
that. So I think it will still probably happen because they know there's a ton of hardcore fans that will pay $1
And
billion
again, it's money.
for it.
Like, why
Yeah.
wouldn't they? It's fucking money. For
Yeah.
them.
I'm down with that.
So what I'm really excited for the public to see it. What I'm even more excited about is our boy Sean gets a second chance to revisit and kind of check it out, get a whole new spin on it. It's been a long
with
time.
fresh eyes.
in HD.
I'm starting to get excited about what you're. Now that you're older and kind of
Yeah.
take another look at it, what you're going to think. What are you
perspective
kind of
of
excited about
family
that?
Maybe
or-
you'll get a new dub to listen
Yeah.
to it by. Shed some
I-
light.
I'm too stupid to watch the show.
No, don't say
Come
that.
on.
No, it's true.
It's
I'm
on
not-
Netflix.
No,
Anyone could use
it's-
Netflix.
No, I can figure out how to hit play, but after that, my brain just is like, what is this? And I can't figure it out because I'm too fucking stupid to understand the show.
No.
Come
So
on.
I was. This is okay.
I don't
the
like-
the bit's over. But what I was saying to Rocco is like that moment on the podcast years and years and years ago. I watched the show for Rocco. I think back on it and I still get so mad. I hasn't subsided at all, my anger towards him, because you talked to me about every episode. I talked to you because you wanted me to watch the show. I was like, oh, this happened. And you waited until we were live on the podcast to bombard me with the fact that I was stupid and got something wrong and I missed something. You waited to embarrass me in front of everyone because you're a fucking asshole.
You got
You gotta
snookered?
appreciate a bit on the podcast.
That wasn't a bit. That was you.
Set up.
That was you just being fucking mean. And
So imagine Netflix 2019 have this internal strife with all your friends groups. We can't wait to promote.
Well,
see what happens. To your friends.
I'm in a zone here, Frank.
Oh yeah.
So my point is that I would normally be like, you know what, I I thought it was okay. It was kind of cool. Let me watch this again and see what I think now. I will absolutely not watch it again. I will never watch it again because of how I felt like I was treated. And I'm honestly like, if I watch it again, I'm just going to make fun of. It's not worth it to me. I don't care. So you maybe have exposed this show to millions of people who watch us and think, I'm going to watch that because of Rocco. It was the opposite with your greatest friend. Whoa. You destroyed it for me. You ruined anime for me. I really think I won't give anime a try because of how that went down.
He's getting
so
heated.
Just know that is true, and I will never watch the show again. Thank you.
Whoa.
Wow. So that's a hot button.
Thank you.
I'd say.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You're not going to watch it again?
I'm not going to watch it again.
Oh, okay.
I'll probably pass on that. I'll watch literally anything else in the fucking world in that show again.
You checked out Cowboy Bebop later.
I did.
You didn't finish it.
I didn't finish it, but I checked it out. Yeah.
Well, shit, Netflix is doing a live action version of that too, right?
Yeah, so within 24 hours, it was like, wow, Netflix picked up Evangelion. That's amazing. This is great moves. These guys are amazing. Oh, yeah, and we're doing Cowboy Bebop live action show.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry.
It's a stereo effect.
I didn't want to assume, but I was like, does anyone feel they need that? Like,
I always heard that was in the works with like Keanu Reeves. Yeah, exactly. And I was kind of like, the original exists, so I'm fine. I don't hate live action anime adaptations, as you guys know. So I would be interested in it, but without Keanu Reeves and by Netflix, and it's not going to be like a movie. It was going to be like a episodic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's something I'm not interested
in. But I feel my feeling on it though is just why bother? Because I feel like all you do with these anime live action things is everyone's mad and there's no legacy of anything good.
I think it's funny when everyone gets mad.
But here's the thing though, they don't ultimately matter. There are people that act like it's ruining the show.
No, Death Note's ruined.
Yeah, Death Note's ruined.
The anime, the anime imploded in on itself, and you can't watch it anymore because of the live action.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Well, remember when we went to the theaters to see the Dragon Ball movie and how now there's no more Dragon Ball?
Yeah, Dragon Ball's over, and that was it.
Like, it doesn't matter. Because when the Netflix deal got announced for Evangelion, people were like, they're just going to make live action Evangelion. Oh, fuck, what are we going to do? Ignore it.
Well, Weta Workshop was going to do that 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's going to be like the Ghost in the Shell reboot or remake will come and go, and that's it. And then but Scarlett Johansson's ruined forever.
But I want to go back to Sean.
Oh, no.
I want to say that I did say on a recent podcast, though, I watched the series with someone.
Yeah.
And they went, why is Misato, why is she crying in the scene? And she didn't know that part. It doesn't read totally clear. And I never realized until it was almost a decade later that it's not clear when a certain character dies. So I did apologize to Sean. I bridged the gap. I made amends, mea culpa, all that stuff. So I feel like it's only right he rewatches every episode. That's just where I'm at.
You could do a Sean
I did apologize in that episode.
You apologized.
I made peace.
Okay.
Because I watched it with someone very intelligent.
That's the thing, because if it was a moron...
No. They were very intelligent, and they were like, why is Misato crying? And I was like, I have an apology to make.
Yeah.
And so I did. I did it at the end of a podcast. I made the whole thing.
If I remember, you didn't accept his apology very well.
No, it doesn't sound like me.
It kind of set you off like as it did before, where you got all excited and started talking fast.
Is that what I do?
Yeah.
Oh,
you get fired up about Ava, which I think...
Sean's an Ava nut.
Hey, you know what? Good or bad, I'm very passionate about Ava.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm very passionate.
It's polarizing. Strong opinions coming to Netflix.
So speaking of strong opinions, this is something that blew my mind. Is rumor broke out in the past couple days that they're redubbing it completely from the ground up, and I could not believe the reactions I saw to that. How many people were like devastated?
That blew me away.
I didn't know anybody liked the dub.
I
was always under the impression that the dub was horrible.
Same here
for that. The Japanese actors and the performances in that are so iconic that I just thought, everyone's on that tip. But
Ono is like Spielberg, Kubrick. I mean, this guy's on a level of Artur Frank that you don't. take away from the source.
Yeah.
You read the subtitles. And you listen to the audio tracks provided, even if they're in stereo only.
But especially like I just thought everyone thought the dub was bad. But
same here.
But the series is one thing. The series is one thing. But the dub for End of Evangelion, it actually is atrocious in the way that it first of all, translates things wrong.
Yeah.
Says that this is from this and that's not correct, and whatever.
As far as like plot stuff, like there's like a missed.
Adds profanity that isn't there. Adds sound effects that are not there. I just cannot believe anyone really wants that. The series, maybe I gave up on the dub for that. Maybe it is better later on, so I can't comment.
What I saw
was the movie. I was like,
the movie's like stunned. Unforgettable.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
What I saw was like people saw it that way first, and they're attached to the dub.
Yeah,
I can't speak to that because I saw it, in Japanese for the first time, and then when I tried to even attempt to watch it again. In English, it was like, oh, whoa, no.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. No way. Like, I never even watched an episode of it on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
I've been obsessed with the show forever. But when it aired on TV, I really didn't care because it was like, oh, it's not in Japanese? Oh, never mind.
Yeah. It just blew my mind. I thought redubbing was like, that's the best thing they could do. But I don't know.
We're too hardcore,
I was surprised.
Dude.
But like the series, okay, maybe everyone's got their preference, but the movie actually gets things wrong. Like they have to redub that.
But they didn't know that, though.
Yeah. I just...
Yeah, the English dubbers are like,
they don't know.
There's plot shit that is wrong in that dub, and I just can't fathom wanting to keep that. But
you also brought up though, people ask, but is there a dub of it that I can watch when you recommend them something? Mm-hmm. And that just kind of like speaks to like, are you gonna like do something else while you're watching
I think
this?
that's what it comes back to.
Like, is that why you want the dub? Because you want to do like video games and have that on in the background?
But I will say though, I do have that thought.
Because you need to watch Eva.
Carefully.
Very, attentively.
But I will say though, in general, dubbing in general has gotten better. It used to be back in the day, dubbing was embarrassing, but it has gotten better. And again,
Pioneer
some dubs do have actors that people really like and even may prefer. And so that's a different scenario.
Ghibli is like the A tier when it comes to
they've got great dubs.
90s Pioneer stuff was great.
That's what I was going to ask about is like what shows do you prefer the dub?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the easiest thing to say, but for me, Bebop is I absolutely prefer. That's the one where I prefer the English dub. Yeah, even the creator spoke up about that, where he preferred that, and so I love that. I can understand like something being cheesy, so you like it because like I remember watching Gundam Wing back in the day. Mm-hmm. I prefer that dubbed, and I'll even be the first to say that dub's not good necessarily, but I enjoy that show so much more when Hiro Yui is like, Zex Marquise, I'm going to kill you. I like it more about that. So I get that cheesy thing. So maybe that's where people are coming from with the Evangelion series. But yeah.
I think it's whatever one you watch first.
Yeah, what you're first
whatever
watching.
You watch first,
for me,
maybe.
like all anime, like in the original language, Japanese, but like Metal Gear Solid, like you never really had the choice. But Metal Gear Solid English voice acting is like so iconic. Like I can't imagine playing that in like the Japanese voices.
Absolutely, that's a good example.
But yeah, like all anime, I love. In the
My Hero Academia was the dub I like more. Than the original.
You like that one the best?
That was the best.
But I was gonna say, though for me though, like Dragon Ball Z, I watched in English and was like, what is this show? I was blown. And then when I discovered the Japanese one, I never went back. Mm-hmm. The Japanese one was so iconic that I was like, I don't want to hear this dubbed anymore. So I've never had that experience where it's just what I heard first. Like, I don't know. I check out both and I go with what.
I'm torn on Z because I kind of like the English dub of Z. But with regular Dragon Ball, I can only listen to the subtitle.
I am all in for Goku's Japanese voice actress. Some people don't like it, don't like that acting.
Yeah.
Goku sounds like a high-pitched kid. That is how that character should sound.
Yeah.
This is a weird, dumb alien guy, and that performance is iconic.
Totally agree with you. I've had the same exact experience. I grew up watching it on Toonami and seeing it all in English and loving it, having a great time. The one time I saw it in Japanese was for Resurrection F.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just went, oh, it's a completely different character.
Totally.
It's a completely different story.
Yeah.
Now I get why this got so big.
Yeah.
Because this is more complex than just, oh, I'm Superman. I can do whatever
Yeah,
I
he
want.
should not be Superman.
No, it's, I want to fight him. Hey, dude, I literally don't think you can beat him. Yeah, but I want to fight him. Hey, dude, you're like, it's, if you lose, we're all dead. I'm going to fight him. He's an idiot, and that's what's gone in the English version.
Yeah, there's a lot more of this risky feeling of like, when you see Goku in the American dub, you just go, all right, Superman's here, he's going to take care of it, and we're good. What's lost is this kind of uneasy feeling of like, shit, it's all going to come down to this big idiot. I hope that he can even understand what needs to be done, much less save us. You know what I mean? Like is this guy's at the wheel, and oh my god, is it going to be okay? That element is lost to me when he sounds confident. Like I don't know. But the voice, the English voice actor Sean Schemmel, I think is how you say his name, did get better with that. I mean, I shouldn't say like his performance was useless or anything.
Yeah.
He did get better with that. I think a lot of what I'm thinking about is more of an earlier issue, but still, I like the. I
had a very adverse reaction to dubbing this week. We got the Persona 5 Dancing All Night, which is awesome. Atlas sent us codes. I'm going to stream that this week, the upcoming Friday. I beat Persona 5, and they give you the option, like, you can download the voice track. So I played all Persona 5 with the Japanese voice acting, loved it. Started Persona 5 Dancing All Night. The game starts with the tutorial, and I was assaulted with the English voices.
Oh,
no. After listening to these characters in Japanese for like 120 hours,
what?
It was English, and it was like, I ran out. Brian, how do I change it? You have to beat the tutorial. So I had to like fight through it, play the English voices, and then switch to Japanese, and now we're all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Persona 5 Dancing All Night. The game has been out in Japan for like a year now or whatever. It was, and they translated it. If you love Persona, this is a great bonus thing. On PS4, they're releasing all three, like P3, P4, and P5 in like a bundle. It's a rhythm game with all the Persona characters, but there's extra story stuff, and you can like go into the environments in kind of like a first-person mode. As someone who just beat Persona 5, I really, really like it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Very cute-ass game. But pick what you want. You can pick English or Japanese. I like the Japanese voices.
I want French. Is there an option for that?
Probably do that.
Yeah, French language maybe, but not voice
Import a
acting.
copy.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of dubs versus original Japanese, another one that I will not go to the original Japanese in terms of video games is 100% Xenoblade.
Oh.
I gotta give me those accents. What a bunch of jokers. Well, so that's it, Shulk.
That's the power of the Monado.
Giving up the sword already? No, it's not like that at all.
So one game that does that specifically is like Street Fighter. In Street Fighter 4, and maybe in the Smash Brothers games, but in Street Fighter, because it's World Warriors, you can choose, do you want them to speak Japanese, English? And
like
so
that.
actually that's a game where I've gone in like, oh no, I like Guile's like Japanese voice, but I want Cammy's like, you can switch it individually.
That's awesome.
The American characters, like I chose American voices for them.
So I think that kind of shit is way cool.
Somebody brought it up in the chat, and I gotta agree. The Japanese vocal dub of our transferring video is better than ours.
マジ不便。
外出してくれます？
あとちょっとで倒せたのに。
警察呼ぶよ。いいな。
外でゲームするのにもっといい方法があるわな。そんな状況だった。
That one is
our
really
English sucks, but the Japanese, man, they got the guy who played Signal Man and Car Ranger, right?
Right.
The guy who played Solid Snake. They got everybody. That's
Yeah.
way better than
Like
ours.
famous people dubbed our fucking
Dubbed my
voices.
dad.
Yeah.
The guy,
Us, too.
this one actor in that video, I remember when the Kojima Productions people told me who was dubbing our video, and they listed one guy. I seriously was like, Signal Man in Car Ranger? And they were like, yeah, he's played like 100 iconic roles in like every big anime.
go there.
And I'm like, but he was Signal Man. He was the like space policeman that shot the evil pizzas on the car with his stoplight gun.
Are you talking about Space Sheriff Scheider?
No,
Signal
that's
Man.
no Car Ranger.
Oh,
Idiot. Come on.
all right.
They turned it into Power Rangers Turbo. I could go on forever, but anyway, but that was
Unfortunately, he can't.
and aren't you glad?
Darn.
But anyway, yeah. So that was incredible.
Damn.
What else? I'm trying to think. on the subject of Sega and Atlas and all that stuff, they sent you that, or they sent us the Persona thing, and they sent us the
Switch game, Sega Genesis Collection.
Yeah, the Sega Genesis Collection on the Switch. Again, I don't know what we can and cannot review. That was on other systems. All I'll say is
it's not out on Switch yet. You can't buy it on Switch.
No, I think
it's coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out.
Oh, well then my review for it will be what I said before I played it. This game was meant to be on Switch.
Yeah.
It makes total sense for it to be on Switch, and I'm so happy that I have it on Switch.
Yeah.
So
I agree. All I wanted to say was I've been playing a lot of Vector Man. That was a series that I forgot about, and I was like, oh yeah, Vector Man.
Streets of Rage.
I used to play those all the time on Sega Genesis.
So much
Sonic,
fun.
all that, and it has the rewind feature.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm happy all these collections are coming out on the Switch. That's super, super cool.
It's like everything you wanted your Game Gear to be, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without the C battery.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
This is the Game Gear.
Finally, dude, call it Game Gear. They should just call it Game Gear Classic.
I used to play Vector Man on my Sega Nomad.
Oh my God.
Which was a portable Genesis.
Yeah.
And it would run on 8 AA's for 20 minutes. And it was like, yeah, I got dead. All right. I had to find the AC adapter. But now the Switch is a little better Sega Nomad.
A little bit lighter, too.
bit better.
How far we've come.
But yeah, that collection is really cool. You already know if you've seen this on the other systems, but the way that it's laid out, it's like when the game starts, you're in your bedroom. And you've got Sega memorabilia all over the room, and there's a TV. There's all the cartridges on a shelf.
It's like a Comic Zone poster.
Yeah, and it's okay, let me go to the shelf. Let me see. I'm going to play Vector Man. Okay, let me and you put it in, and there's all kinds of extra stuff. And I'm all about presentation.
Yeah.
With that stuff. I love it. It's like having your own little collection, and it's great. Yeah. So I've been playing the shit out of Vector Man.
I've been playing Streets of Rage. Yeah, and you know what? We already talked about Mario Party a lot, but I played a new mode that they've never had before. Frank, maybe you talked about
Rhythm or River?
Rhythm was fun.
Yeah.
But the river thing.
Yeah.
It's like a team thing where you're all working together, and then all the mini games are team mini games, and you're all like, you can do it. It's like the opposite of Mario Party. You turn everyone on, and it's it's so much, dude. That game really just keeps going.
Yeah,
it's so fun.
There's the base Mario Party, then there's the river rafting mode, which is 4 players, and then there's a whole music rhythm game too within the thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's I tuned out of Mario Party for so many sequels, but now this one's really good.
Yeah.
I never have people to play with, so I play a lot of single player stuff. I've never got them.
The thing is I don't
have one.
I wouldn't play that solo, but every Friday night it's all right, we
with
got
the
it,
kids. That sounds
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm really excited about Smash Brothers this week because of all the kind of single player stuff and ancillary game stuff, and I keep forgetting that's Friday. But tomorrow is the PlayStation Classic.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I tweeted out. I was like, "Who's still getting one?" And
I'm in.
I think there were 2 yeses and 3,000 no's.
Now,
Is it just because of the 50 frames per second thing?
I think so.
I think there's so many things. I think they lost a lot of people at just the game selection. I think to narrow it to only 20 games, you were going to lose out on, it's like the Super Nintendo Classic. They could have 20 games because those 20
so dense
are going to be hey, we got Final Fantasy. They got all the Mario games. They got Donkey Kong Country. They got
have 20?
It only has
on the SNES?
20, 21.
And what does the NES have? 30?
I think it did.
And then the SNK or the Neo Geo has 40. So and PlayStation's coming in with 20.
I think I was talking with Derek about it the other day, and I don't think there's any one thing that makes it oh fuck, this sucks. It's just there's so many cut corners that it feels like, did you care? What happened?
Well, for me,
I was just gonna say the Kotaku review of it. There's a guy, Chris Kohler, who I've met at 1,000 different things. I've known him for a long time. He's a great writer, and he wrote one line that said it so well. He was like, "This is someone giving you an original Picasso in a $9 frame." You know what I mean? It's like the games are all here.
Yeah.
The
corners
games are good.
Cut, though.
The games are good, but it's really what? Yeah. Why couldn't you just So anyway,
well, they were fucked. I feel like because with Nintendo can put their own games on it, and it's gonna sell like crazy.
And that's all they need to do.
Sony, they have to get they get third-party games, and if you don't get the right third party, it's like
they're at the mercy of that.
If Konami says no, then you're fucked.
Because to me, it's inconceivable it doesn't have Symphony of the Night.
Yeah,
but again, Konami had their own plan, and they just put out a Castlevania thing, so they don't want it on there. Probably.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
They put Metal Gear 1. I mean, it has heavy hitters. It's not all bad. But like some of the heavy hitters have the PAL 50 hertz frame rate.
They don't run as smooth.
What?
It's like,
so your TV in the US refreshes at 60 hertz a second, which is faster than 50. Yes. And it's not going to play the way you remember. That's what people are concerned.
Yeah, the PAL versions are 50 hertz instead of 60. So it's like, so it's a lesser version that we're getting. It's
then
weird.
it's like, why didn't you
The
get
whole
the
thing
US
is
ROMs for that? Like,
weird.
it's
I'm the kind of person that won't probably bother that much, but it's still just like, why? Like, why aren't these the definitive versions? That's what I love about the SNES Classic.
Yeah.
Is, like everything looks crisp and clear, and it's the best version. And that's what's great about it is like, hey, Final Fantasy VI looks so good on my HD TV. That's the best it will look, and I'm going to play it on that. And like this PlayStation thing, it's like not the best versions. It's like, what are we doing?
All I would love if they put out like a PlayStation Classic or PlayStation HD is just give me something I can put PS1 games inside. Like something that's crisp and shoots out in HD. Yeah. I know like they aren't there yet with that kind of hardware because these are all like emulation boxes, but like they announced it and it's like, can you open it up and put discs in? No. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Hyper
well, they had it. It was called PS3.
Yeah. And then all of those like all those like PS Fats are dead and dying. I keep trying to get new ones and they just die so fast.
Yeah.
Hyperkin just put out an HD cable for Xbox and an HD cable for Dreamcast. So I'm hoping they do PS2 stuff. But I like that there's so many, like the market for retro gaming proved by the classics is growing that I think we're gonna have more options for old school shit.
Yeah, cool. I definitely think so.
Save your software.
I'm still getting the PlayStation Classic. Because I'm not getting it as this kind of definitive thing. Like, I want to just fuck around with it and talk about it on here.
Yeah.
And like, so whatever. Like, that's where my allegiance with it lies. But I'm bummed that it didn't have the care that maybe it could have.
But this is also their first kind of classic collection.
Yeah.
Nintendo been doing the virtual console and curating that for a generation now. Sony's always kind of been lagging behind. So this is their first thing. Maybe it's not a failure, but maybe their next one. PS2 Classic, 10 years from now. Who knows?
Yeah, hopefully.
I think you'll probably see the Nintendo 64 one next year. I can't imagine they wouldn't.
That'd be so sick.
Pilot Wings, finally.
Yeah,
20 games though. What's it going to come in under?
See, that's the thing.
Because as you get more advanced with graphics, you can fit less, or supposedly they can probably fit
they can
whatever
just
they
fill
want.
it with like 6 Madden games and just buff that out.
But as you get bigger with the games, you can theoretically include less. As we get up there in the consoles.
And I would see it being less. But.
So, I mean, would a PS2 and an N64 be ridiculous if they only had 10?
No.
Cool.
Have a good 10.
Yeah, but a good 10 for us.
N64.
A good 10 for us is not so much a good 10 for someone else.
True, but honestly, all they need to have is Mario and Ocarina of Time, and then I got it.
I'll give you the 10 right now. Mario, Ocarina of Time, Smash Brothers.
Okay.
Maybe Donkey Kong 64.
Mario Kart.
Maybe.
That was a stinker.
Mario. Did I already say Mario Kart?
No.
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart
great,
is an absolute must.
Yeah.
I would love Bomberman 64, whatever. Star Fox 64.
Perfect
Smash
Dark.
Brothers, fuck it, just put it
I already said Smash.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Did you say Perfect Dark though?
Majora's Mask has to do Majora's Mask.
GoldenEye. The chat said.
GoldenEye.
But they won't get that.
Yeah,
but why?
Why
not?
It'll be a licensing thing.
Yeah.
Like,
but
rare.
But that's the thing is like, you're not selling GoldenEye anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like Castlevania Shadows of the Night, we talked about. There's a reason.
Symphony of the Night. Yeah.
Symphony of the Night. There's a reason for it. Mm-hmm. This no one's playing GoldenEye. No one gives a fuck about
but like Microsoft bought Rare, so then like where do they? It just doesn't make sense. But somebody brought up a good point. Yeah, Pokemon Snap, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Pokemon Snap.
If it just had what we just said, I'd get it.
Holy shit, I would get it so fast.
I don't need anything else really.
Yeah.
No. Now personally, I know Bomberman 64 might not be on a lot of people's list. I thought that was an incredible.
I never tried that or Kirby 64.
Loved that game.
Me neither.
But that's just me.
Cute ass shit. Well, speaking real fast on Mario Kart, on the Mega64 Archives channel, we just did 4-player Mario Kart 64. Yeah. So there's now 2 hours of 4-player Mario Kart 64 on the Mega64 Archives channel. You can imagine all the curse words that were spoken. Kind of like a Mario.
That was fun.
That was really
Last
fun.
Game Standing.
That was really fun. So check that out.
Other big announcement in Mega64 this week: Christmas Cast 2018. December 16th at
It's
6
here.
p.m.
There it is.
So get ready for that. 6 p.m. Pacific on December 16th.
My belly's
That's
already
the
aching.
Christmas cast. So get ready. And enough said. I mean, what else is there to say? Be there or miss out, and you'll hate yourself.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're going to see it uncensored live on Twitch, too. You know,
and I think, you're going to want those emotes when you're watching a Christmas cast. So when you see Doc Ryan, stocks down.
Wait,
Stocks
he's
down.
invited again?
Just don't tell him
he
what it
won.
is.
So he's got to fucking be like a reigning champion? And
It's like at the Oscars.
We need
when
a
they have the
contender?
presenters from
Yeah,
last year
he's
come
got to
out.
come. We have to dethrone him.
Yeah.
Although he did
He was
cheat.
my
He was a
roadblock.
cheater.
He
He
did
licked
cheat.
tomatoes and all
He
that
licked
nasty stuff.
tomatoes.
He brought some ECW stuff in.
I'm
so-
still not
that was
sure.
sick.
I'm still not sure.
Sicko.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what
Yeah,
happened
dethrone the
last year.
king.
It's a low point in my
Beheading.
life.
Hey,
Revolution.
last week we got into this discussion. It's not related to Dr. Ryan or Mr. Ryan or whatever he is now. What is
Check
he, a
his
lawyer?
degree.
My
Yeah,
attorney, yeah.
Last
Legal.
week we
Wow.
got into this discussion about when we were talking about the White Album being remastered, and Derek was talking about it being a money grab,
Right.
which I understand.
Derek and I were a bit contrarian on that
Sure.
on that night.
Well, but here's the thing: the Beatles empire wants to stay the Beatles empire.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they're putting out cash grabs.
Hell yeah.
But you can't sell out unless someone wants to buy in. So
There's the point.
So, you know, is it a cash grab? Sure. But there are people who also want it. I was dying for them to do that treatment to the White Album. So it's like, well, I want that. Now, what I wanted to talk about is what are money grabs from the things that you like or the people or bands or this or whatever
yeah.
that are just, wow, that's just a money grab. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Because, like, okay, is the remastered White Album a money grab? Maybe it is. But ultimately, the fans want it. So, okay, hey, maybe it's a money grab, but people want to buy in. Whatever.
My first thought was like Oblivion horse armor. Like just there's some
yeah.
and coming down to like video game DLC.
Yeah.
There's stuff where it's like, all right, maps, but then when they slice it out, you
Yeah.
could have included it, whatever. But that's still content. When
Yeah.
it's like 6,000 costumes and it's like, do we need all these? So DLC can be
The
examples.
chat is already going Fallout 76. Fallout
Yeah,
76,
I knew that
Fallout
was the big one, but
DLC.
You know, for me, everyone knows out there, I make no mistake about being Apple cucked.
Yeah.
You know, and Apple shit always costs more. Yeah. You know, Apple tax as they jokingly call it.
Oh.
But, you know, whatever. Hey, I like, you know, okay, the MacBook Pro. I would rather use a MacBook Pro. I'll pay more for that. I like the experience of using that. It's a great machine. I really like it. Okay, great. But you buy a power adapter. Okay, here's a USB-C brick for $79.99. Okay. Wait, where's the cable?
Oh, fuck.
Well, yeah, you need a USB-C cable. That's another.
Are you serious?
Apple.
You fucking assholes.
That's
are you
crazy.
doing?
That is like, you piece of shit.
They don't give you the fucking cable.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. They give you all this with the MacBook. But if you needed another charger,
Yeah.
or you know, whatever. Like, obviously, all of that comes with the computer. But if you need that again, like, I bought a second one, and it was like, these are separate things. Like, by the time you're done, you have $100 spent in separate things. Like, why do you not even just sell one thing that has both? But the fortunate thing is that USB-C is such a it's non-proprietary. Anybody makes it, so you could get an $18 Motorola charger if you wanted.
Oh, yeah.
But it won't maybe not charge as fast or just you know, it's just like what?
I feel like Apple
that is so shitty.
does not. They don't care, and
Yeah.
and that is very obvious. It's like they don't
Yes.
hide it.
Well, to me, it's not even them caring as much as it is they are detached.
Yeah, and I feel like
they're so focused on making this perfect like ecosystem thing, and a lot of it they're doing a great job on. But then in the meantime, it's like, hey, you haven't updated your desktop computer since 2014. Is what happened there? And this adapter is $100.
Yeah.
What are we doing? They're out of touch.
that exactly is the same thing with Disney for me. Where it's like, yeah, Tomorrowland hasn't been changed since 1993 or whatever, and you're charging me now $117 to get into your park, whereas before, like, what do you...
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're putting Star Wars Land, it's not fucking open. The rides are pretty much the same, but you're charging $1 million more, and the parking's more, and like,
But
what
you
are
know,
you doing?
That doesn't strike me though as much as out of touch. Apple strikes me as out of touch in terms of like, you're so on this, like, you're like, wow, look at the great things we're doing with iOS. yeah, iOS is great, but there's a ton of people with a desktop computer that are wondering what to do.
Right.
You're not doing anything for them. Disney doesn't strike me as that. Disney just strikes me as, we can't make any more money. How do we make more money? It's not even out of touch to me so much as just greed times 1,000.
It's just so evil. It's just evil.
Speaking of evil, the biggest cash grab of them all, GameStop. The used, like, if you buy a used game for $2, it's like, oh, do you want a warranty on that? Best Buy does that shit too. It's like, on physical media, no, I'm good. Most people don't fall for that, but I feel like parents and elderly, I want my grandson to enjoy this. Yeah, like those kinds of things. Again, it's harmless. It's teenagers being forced to do it, but I don't go into GameStop because everything is like, do you want to pre-order? Do you want to do this? Do you want this Game Informer? All this shit that's annoying.
Well, their business model's got to be going away with how
they're so
fucking digital distribution is just taken over.
They are done.
Well, this last
it's a toy
what
store.
I thought you were going to bring up is that this last quarter or whatever, they took a $480 million loss. And what's crazy is games were not selling.
No, I saw on
game sales were really strong this last quarter.
Yeah.
So if there's any time that they shouldn't lose money, it would be now.
You know what? And as environmentalists here at Mega64, as you know, we're all green. This digital distribution, it's cutting down on plastic. That means less oil out in the environment.
That's good.
We're sending packets and reducing carbon footprints.
Reduce your footprint.
What could be better?
Increase your gamer score. Reduce your footprint.
Yeah.
You know, all that extra plastic from these discs and cases now is being shipped into the Funko Pop Factory and morphed into sizable
something
figures.
Better.
11 from Stranger Things.
Yeah, now you can go get 11 from Stranger Things at your local GameStop.
Exactly.
I think that honestly, in 15 years, what our generation feels about Blockbuster, this current generation will say about GameStop. Where it's do you remember that? Like, it's gonna be the same thing.
Remember when I got those Fortnite
and then you'll long for it. Then you'll be like, oh, we should.
And then there'll be retro GameStop pop-up stores, like how there's retro Saved by the Bell pop-up stores.
Did you hear about the pop-up in LA that Payless did?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, we talked about this, I think.
The shoes? Oh,
yeah. Hey, and great job. This was a marketing thing, and great job because we're talking about Payless on our podcast.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have probably done that, but Payless
Unless
shoes.
you want to pay up.
Payless shoes did a pop-up in LA called Palessi. And they put
like
their
Target.
shoes
Yeah.
into a different box.
But they
and
didn't
sold them.
say they were Payless.
That's like a Nathan For You bit.
Yeah, so they took the same Payless shoes and put them in a different box and charged $400 or $500
Per pair.
and they're all $20 shoes.
Was it Banksy?
And all these influencers and all these people showed up and bought the shoes and did all this stuff, and it was all just like to show, like, hey,
our shoes are just as
they're
good.
they're just as good.
Yeah, they can't tell.
Yeah, what a brilliant promotion! I mean, I heard that and I was just like, yeah, and we're all talking about Payless.
Boom.
Yeah.
And if it's good enough for the influencers.
I think I got busy in the back of a Payless shoe store once.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Fuck.
Wow, that Payless.
Wait, like in the very back, like with a
like back where
worked there.
Yeah, manager.
Nice.
I was dating her.
Nice.
Manager.
Yeah,
Payless, get more.
So you fucked into Payless?
baby.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what the statute is on that.
It's all up. They like that. They like it.
Yeah, Payless.
Man.
I don't know.
Seems cool now, dude. I'm gonna hang out at Payless.
Were they doing a BOGO deal that?
It was yeah. I have a foot fetish.
That's
guys,
pretty.
so.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
The foot fetish?
No.
Oh, okay. I was joking about that because that's not no Tarantino, please.
No, but just like that's I mean you got busy at a Payless.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah, in the back of a mall.
Any other cool
store?
stores?
Yeah,
I'm
Toxic
trying to
Shock.
think of, like a store. I don't have stores. I have like locations that are funny.
And you know what?
But,
Sometimes
not like that.
Sometimes it's just a matter of like, hey, for the story,
that
just a little in out real quick.
At In-N-Out?
Maybe not a completion, not a full completion session. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just enough to count the.
Just that, like,
to join
we
the
got.
club.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I've had stories.
Just enough to get the gamer score.
Yeah.
Exactly, where it's like, hey, I can say this happened.
Yeah.
And that's
right.
funny.
Get the achievement.
Not New Game
funny.
Plus
Yeah.
it.
Well,
not
yeah,
just,
I'm not gonna beat the game.
No, not all the collectibles.
I don't need 100% this game.
No.
I'm just gonna insert the
Just
disc.
finish it, hit the credits. Yeah.
Don't completely install and download.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think. So where, like Panda Express, Build-A-Bear,
Yeah.
Disney
Never
store.
a GameStop, sadly.
Disney Store, definitely.
Yeah. Lego store.
Planet X.
Planet
Before
X.
it was
Babbage's.
GameStop. Yeah.
Science Discovery store.
FYE.
Spencer's
SDK.
Gift.
Software. Babbage's.
Yeah. Well,
We did them.
No, just Payless.
just Payless.
Sees
That's
candy,
it.
you see something.
Payless and Toxic Shock.
And Toxic Shock?
Yeah.
Okay. But so in that mall though.
Yeah.
So you could say in that mall. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Who else has gotten down in a mall?
I haven't gone down in the mall.
Oh, dude, you got to get down in the mall.
But next
you
time
never did a popcorn trick at the movie theater?
Next time you watch Lost and you go to the Dharma Village, just think about things that happen in the Dharma Village.
Huh? The bunkhouse.
Nuh-uh. Shut the fuck up.
Hey.
No way.
Just for the story, yeah.
Dude, in the bunkhouse.
Yeah.
They left you unattended there?
Yeah. Yes.
What the fuck? I didn't know this.
Let me.
You got to share.
Let me just say that yes, it is a youth camp. It was not currently in session. And
Yeah, school was out.
That's happened to me.
It was closed. There was no one around, and just like any place I went to that was filmed in Lost, we did some stuff just because it's funny.
What the fuck?
Yeah. They love that
This is
show.
all news to me. The
where
camp?
you know where
fucking
Sawyer
cages,
tortured
dude.
Saeed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah.
He tortured her.
It's true. And I'm-
Sean put his bamboo shoots in her fingernails.
Oh,
You
no.
recreated the scene. That's terrible.
Dude, you guys.
And right,
Did you do
like the second zippers went up, someone walked right by like, oh, that was close.
Perfect.
Whoa, shit, the others.
It was.
You guys are voyeurs.
You started hearing the whispers.
Did you do it bear style in the polar bear cages?
We didn't. Okay, that we did have a guide. We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it there.
Why three-way, dude?
There we go. On the same, well, not
I would
the same
only-
personal things on my honeymoon.
What?
But on the same thing, right next to that tree, there was a legit World War II bunker that was made to because it's in
a hatch.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
So it was like this
Spotting.
underground place. So it was like secluded, and we're like, well, we're in this cool bunker. Let's
bunk up.
bunk up.
Be the bunkhouse boys.
It's disrespectful to World War II.
I thought those guys probably in the bunker wish this could happen.
They do, dude.
They were like, this is what they dreamed of.
They
And
were
I gotta do
dreaming
it. I'm
of-
living the dream.
Dreaming
that and
of back
freedom.
home,
Christ.
Kansas.
I'm living the fucking dream.
Dreaming
I
of
think
Mary
this is all
Jane
really sick.
Rottencrotch.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. I said too much. I said too much.
No, good stuff.
No, it's okay, Sean. I
stuff for all
shared,
the
you
gamers.
shared.
But next time you watch the show, just know that I ruined
Sean
it for
fucked
you.
up, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made a lasting memory.
Yeah.
That's great.
Cool. Hell yeah.
When you finished, were you like, damn it, Kate, run?
I told you. Sometimes you don't go complete the game. You just insert the disc.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
You just pop it in to have the story that I played this game.
You watch the opening cutscene,
Yeah.
I watched the opening cutscene just to say I watched the cutscene.
and then you saved.
And you got the achievement for being
Now,
the first level.
ironically,
For
I
later.
never have said a word of this until now. This was, 8 years ago.
Yeah. Mine was
So
way
I guess
longer than
I
that.
had that story, and I never decided to tell it because that's kind of weird. But I whatever.
You probably forgot about it until we were
Yeah.
just talking about
Yeah.
it, and then it
Jogging
kind
old
of
when you said the Payless, I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
came back up.
yeah. And there's, whatever. There we go.
It's good. Get out there and live life, folks. Listen to Sean and I.
Yeah.
Kind of ruined that show for me.
Kind of
Watch
made
that.
it for
Not gonna
me.
watch anymore.
Oh Lord. Well,
Now what's next? He banged on the set of The Wonder Years. I'm afraid to ask.
if I ever had the tour,
What would you do? Yeah, Wonder Years was Neighborhood Streets. You
one
know
time
what
I
did
remember I
there.
was at a Halloween party. This is not about sex.
Great. Oh, okay.
Hold your horses.
about
But
50.
I remember waiting for a taxi to come pick us up, and I had to pee so bad. And I was like, no one was around. I'm like, I'm just going to pee in the middle of the street. Like, right in the middle. Because I've never done that before.
And it was like 2 in
who's
the
ever
morning.
peed in the middle of the street? I'm going to do it. So, yeah, I did it. Just to do it. Sometimes
That's the
you
best place for
You
it.
just do things. There's no reason for it.
Cars are just going to drive over it. Who cares?
Yeah,
That's a good spot for it.
I think so. Anyways. Thanks
Well,
for
anything
watching.
else you want to share?
Yeah.
I think
While
I've
we're on
shared
the
enough.
subject.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'll have to
dude.
tell Jenny all the things I said tonight.
No.
Well, you know
don't
what,
keep-
Sean?
Don't say
I
anything.
think we're kind of, whether you accepted my apology or not before, I think we're kind of even now, with Evangelion and kind of what you just did to me with Lost. I feel like kind of we have some common ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
So, you know what, though? I'm going to power through that, and I'll give Lost another shot. And I think Evangelion,
Interesting.
once it's on Netflix, you should
Okay.
pick up the old episode 1 and hit play.
I'll
I don't
watch
think
it
there's
with
anything
you.
wrong with that.
Okay, can you explain it to me?
Sure, if you want.
Yeah.
I've
Can I
actually
watch
done
it
that.
at half speed because I'm so dumb that's gonna take a while for me to process everything.
I've rewatched Ava with people to give them like their first, like they approached me. I'm never the person that's like, hey, you should watch this. But if someone is like, hey, I want to watch this, I'll be like, oh, I'll watch that with you. Sit down or whatever. I have to stop myself and go like, hey, am I like talking and explaining through? And they're like, no, I actually really appreciate it.
Yeah, I would appreciate it.
That's with Evangelion, it's hard because I've been in that situation. Evangelion, I kind of stay quiet because I almost felt like I gained more from it watching it by myself. So it's like, hey, I'm happy to watch this with you, but
this would be more during like credits, like,
okay,
like in between episodes, like, I would sum up and like summarize stuff that like remember this, that.
Sure, totally. Well, I was gonna say where I am like that though, where I will speak up and it's like, okay, you got to tell me what level to keep going. Is The Godfather.
Okay.
Oh,
wow. I've been in many situations where maybe it was someone I was dating or just whoever. I show them The Godfather 1 and 2, and it's like, you got to tell me when to turn it up or down. It's like, okay, I don't remember any of these names. All right, I'm turning it up. Okay, that's all right. That's Luca Brasi, and that's whatever.
I always
Michael Corleone. I'm giving the most basic character possible.
I did the same thing though. Like, hey, you got to tell me if you want me to continue this or if I should shut the fuck up. And thinking back, like, I think they were just polite, saying like, no, it's informative. But I was probably just annoying because I can wax poetic about Evangelion.
Yeah, I get that way. Just with general people, like whenever I'm at Disneyland with friends.
Oh
yeah.
Whenever I'm at Disneyland with friends, especially if people who haven't been there before, I have to like. You tell me to turn this up or down because I can tell you shit.
Yeah.
I could tell you shit about every square foot of this. So let me know what level you want this to be at, and it's just like, okay. And some people are like, "Shut up! I want to go on Space Mountain." And then some people are like, why is that wall bricked up? Well, actually, there were catacombs in there at one point, and it was going to be the connecting tissue between the Haunted Mansion and the pirates. So anyway.
Whoa.
You just broke that secret.
God. I'm now playing like, should I have said these things?
No, Sean. What?
What? It's all good.
Sean.
ABC is going to sue you. Damon Lindelof is so mad right now.
They're so mad.
They've canceled Lost.
They're so mad that this random tree they happen to shoot at, I also happen to...
Your stories are about love and commitment.
It was my honeymoon.
It was a honeymoon of engaged couples.
And I banged on my... I'm sorry, I banged on my honeymoon.
Yeah, what do you want him to do?
I'm sorry.
You want him to fucking holster
God
it?
was fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you fly sideways?
What did I what? Sideways? Flash sideways.
During...
I think that's totally legal, first of all, and great. You
Yeah.
guys are a married couple. What else are you gonna do?
Mine was
literally
deviant.
nothing.
I'm in the back room of a fucking business.
You're right. Okay, thank you.
Terrible.
Thanks. Thank you.
Ugh.
KB Toys, did it ever happen?
No. Never.
That would have been fun.
Never got going in KBs. This is a little before. I was still in high school then, so I had my V cards.
There were a lot of people recently when Toys R Us went away. There were a lot of people bummed about it.
Yeah.
And then I remember there was a news story that was like KB Toys might come back, and everyone went nuts. Yeah. Does anyone remember shopping at KB Toys?
It's a nightmare.
They sucked, and they cost 4 times more than Toys R Us.
Yeah.
I was a kid and I hated going in there.
Yeah. That was always the last resort store for me because like Power Rangers would be $5 at Toys R Us, and they would always be like $9 or $9.99 in KB's, and so it was like, well, they're the only one that has the Phantom Ranger. I guess I have to go there, but it sucked. It really sucked.
I worked there, got a discount, but still didn't buy stuff there because it was too expensive, even with the discount. And then the weirdest thing was, all right, you get a discount on stuff in the store except video games. It's like one fucking thing I want here. And sorry, can't do that.
Yeah, that's whack.
All right.
Did anybody get like a cool discount where they worked? Like where it was it was life-changing shit.
The main reason, when I worked at a movie theater, I was a manager for like 2 years. I wanted to work at a movie theater so I could see free movies. This was before Movie Pass. This is what I did. I got a job specifically at an art house movie theater so I could see as many art house films as I wanted to. And when I worked there, none of the other employees gave a shit about indie movies except me. So I was showing up like every day, like, I'm gonna see this and this and this and this.
They weren't into the station agent?
No, I had every employee come up to me and be like, Frank, why doesn't our theater play good movies? And I would just like, well, the distribution model. I would just be a nerd at school.
Yeah,
or
that's
at,
cool.
at work. Yeah, Jesus. So that was dope.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say working at Blockbuster when I worked at that was awesome because it was just free rentals. Free rentals, and then all like you could take stuff like, hey, we got Attack of the Clones a month early. You could just take that home. Okay, great. Yeah, Attack of the Clones.
Hot.
I know.
Hot.
Sick. But then games too. I got any game. So that was really, really great. And then I would get discounts on buying shit. But the stuff was so overpriced there that didn't really matter. So.
What about you, Sean?
I'm trying to think.
Subway?
Subway, if you worked 5 hours, you got a free foot long.
That's pretty dope. Because honestly, all I can think of is
I'll take it. Yeah.
everywhere I worked that would hook me up with a discount on the nearest soda fountain. That was always just the fucking highlight of like, I worked at the snack bar.
Malls would have like.
I worked at the snack bar at the hockey rink I grew up playing hockey at. And I worked there just to get like soda all fucking day. I don't think they paid me. I can't remember.
Oh.
And then the same with the mall. It was just like, no, go down to Cinnabon for the 75-cent large refills.
Oh, so that was the weird thing.
All I cared about.
I totally forgot about this. So I worked at a Blockbuster next to. I know we're going over.
Yeah.
I'll wrap this up.
That's okay.
But I worked at a Blockbuster next to a Papa John's, and you know that, Sean, because like half our friends worked at that Papa John's.
Right.
Pizza next to us, and what was weird is I remember now at Blockbuster that we had a lot of snacks, and our turnaround on not that many people would buy snacks at Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And so the turnaround was constantly like we would just throw them out.
The expiration date,
they
right?
weren't even expired. It was just like we would just get more and more. So it's like, well, we got to get rid of the other. So they would give us we didn't have a fountain. We had bottled drinks in a big fridge, and those are just free. If you were an employee, you could just get those. You could just void it out. Okay, take it.
Wow.
All right.
Oh, sick.
What was funny was that Papa John's, they got pizza for free.
Right.
They had to pay for drinks.
That's weird.
Drinks were not part of the plan. Like the 2 liters,
Two minds come together.
They couldn't do it. So that was our mutual. It was seriously like the truce was like Blockbuster, and they would come over and take drinks, and we would get pizza from them. They would be like
open door policy.
We're gonna get Cokes for everybody. Great. Okay. What kind of pizza you guys want? Pepperoni. Great. And they would bring that over, and that was like so. For so long, I never paid to eat.
That's sick.
Food hacks.
But I
when
will
you're
say,
young.
I wasn't in my best shape during that time. I'll say.
Well,
but you were well fed.
Papa John's
That's when
pizza.
you
all
weren't
day, every
hungry.
day.
when
Yeah,
Jonathan, this is right after high school, he lived with me at my dad's house for like 6 months. While he was, there's some circumstance behind it. But anyways, he worked at Papa John's, and every shift he'd bring home pizzas for all of us, and we each got our own pizza.
Yeah.
So he had a fucked up car that made this boom, boom, boom sound whenever he opened up the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being in the living room with my dad, and we were playing, I think it was like WarioWare, and the boom, 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 and we were like, oh, pizza's here. And like,
you were
pizza for
every
my dad,
night.
He had pizza for me. Like we picked our favorite pizzas. We just knew he knew what they were, and he's made them for us every night.
That's
And
sick.
you'd hear
amazing.
that gunshot of a door opening, and you'd be like, oh, pizza.
Yeah.
I remember that feeling.
But anyways, we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna text Jenny and tell her I said these things and see what she says. So if you're curious for the answer, watch the after show.
Uh-oh.
That's how you
That's
get
on
people.
our archive channel.
That's how you get people.
Sean
to
might
tune
not
in.
be here for the after show. He might just be in the parking lot peeling out.
Yeah.
With on his way to the flower store before they close.
sorry.
Yeah. Chocolate and Dr. Pepper.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you.
And I guess don't watch Lost anymore.
I watched it. Good night.
Garrett.
Yeah, sex tape.